infinite waters diving deep once again. We're never alone. The universe always sends someone. And going, traveling, freeing myself. At that time, when I had that massive awakening, you see life stops, friends disappear, and you say to yourself, I'm alone. And then when you let go, someone comes along, and that's what happened to me. And you realize nature is always sending us someone based on our own vibration. That's the law of affinity. And yes, for many of us, this journey, we may feel lonely, like we're the only ones, but there are others all around the globe, all around the world, who are going through exactly what you're going through, who are seeing the world in a similar way to you. But we have to open ourselves. Some people say, I don't want to open up myself to other people. I don't want to open my heart because people will take advantage of me. They will hurt me. But at the same time, when you open up your heart, you realize nothing can harm you. When you close yourself, then you are really open to anything that can attack you because you've become frozen. You've become stuck. You've become like glass which shatters and breaks. And for so many of us, we're having the moment of clarity. It's a whole new world. And it's beautiful. Look at the internet. What is the internet doing to humanity? It's opened up a whole window of opportunity. Because we're realizing, in essence, there is no time and space. Everything is connected. Therefore, we're never alone. And for a lot of people, some things you can actually do to not feel alone is to connect with kindred spirits. A lot of the times we have this attitude, well, I'm not going to talk to them. I'll wait till they talk to me. You might be waiting a long time because we have to make that first move. We have to be the initiator of conversation. And it's just beautiful just to realize how many people, we give ourselves so much work to do. Many of us, we're living in a state of constant anxiety. Neuroticism is what is taking and filling so many hearts around the planet. And it's amazing when you realize, gosh, I am neurotic. When you're outside of your own element, you become neurotic, you become anxious, you don't trust anyone because you're living in fear. When you allow yourself to become yourself, 100%, the TV, which is television, which tells lies to your vision, nothing good or bad about it. It's the way that we interact with it. When you no longer need it, then it doesn't even matter what it is. However, it's there to teach you. So a lot of the things we call negative in our society are only because we haven't learned certain lessons. I can say the government is negative. The government was created to govern your mental. That's why it's called government. However, when you become a limitless being, you realize that you create your own government within inside of you. And then you say, what are you talking about? Because you are going to be affected by the laws they pass. I say to one extent that's true, but to another extent, I'm creating my own reality. And when enough people on the planet realize we're the cement which is holding this house together, we have the power. Activate your power. When you're doing what you love, when you're living in the moment, you can never be alone. When you're in the past or the future, you're always going to be isolated because that is the Maya. When you're aspiring to be what the news tells you, when you're focusing all the time on how bad your life is, guess what? That's what happens. Instead of using that energy of rumination, which is thinking over painful memories and experiences, become an alchemist. Whatever has happened to you, you can rise higher. You can become that rose that grew out of the concrete. And it's just beautiful to realize when you connect with kindred spirits, you're learning, you're sharing, and that's what it's all about. There is no master except nature, because we're nature's children. So when you connect with a fellow kindred spirit, you're putting together pieces of this jigsaw. they're revealing things about yourself. You're also helping them reveal within themselves. So this beautiful co-creation is what we call resonance. And we're attracting what we are to ourselves. So as you change your vibration, you also change what you attract towards you. Beautiful times. But to get that moment of clarity, you have to take that leap of faith. And it's a constant ongoing process. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to be an unheard voice. And that's the beauty of connecting with beautiful friends who you can talk to regularly. Because many of us, we're holding so much in. And for me, this is my way I express myself. Not just through talking, but also through lifestyle. And many times, people dealing with certain information, when you have that massive awakening, you feel, I can't share this with a certain family member. I can't share this with someone at work because they would look at me in a strange way. Sometimes that is the step you have to take to rise to the next level, where you accept yourself 100%. And once you do that, you realize I'm not alone, because you've taken that action. You've developed the courage. And then all of a sudden, and I saw it within my own journey, your whole body, everything comes together. Because many of us, we're fragmented. We're separated within our own body. Therefore, anything we do will be separated. Therefore, we're seeing everything in pieces. So even when we're in the company of beautiful people, we feel alone. You can be in a busy room, party, music going, and you feel isolated. However, you could be by yourself and you feel whole, because that's the secret. You've got to love yourself. You've got to connect, reconnect back to who you are. And once you become whole, you begin to see other whole beings. When you're empty, everything outside looks empty. It looks dull. When you become luminous, when you tap into who you are, everything seems abundant. Sometimes people come up to you and say, why are you smiling all the time? I tell them, because life is good. Life is wonderful. Celebrate. And they say, what are you talking about? Don't you know there was this bomb here? The world is going to end. And I tell them, the world will never end. Because the world is an idea. And all ideas will change. We are infinite. And it's just amazing just to realize that we are never alone. The universe always sends someone. And therefore, whatever we do, we will always meet people along the way. But at the same time, there is nothing wrong with being alone. Because sometimes we need to be alone to really hear ourselves. There are 1,000 voices, so many distractions. The phone is going off. Go here, go there. So many of us, we don't really know our own voice. That question, do you know your own voice? Can you hear yourself? Do you know your inner voice, which is in essence your inner oracle? We know it as children. Somewhere that voice gets drowned out, and now it's resurfacing to talk to us again. But it's beautiful to see people around the world sharing, because in essence, heaven is a state of mind. Happiness is a state of mind. It's not a permanent thing. It's fluid. It changes. It's dynamic. Based on our own vibration, in essence, that's what we manifest into the 3D. Don't be afraid to share part of yourself, even when there may not be no reward at the end. Helping people who you may not even know, because all of that is going to return to you. And it already has, because it's actually been recorded as an energy signature within you. So whatever we do in life echoes on into eternity. Everything is recorded within us. And it's just amazing just to see people have to come together We have to band together and we have to be that one voice. Because when the choir sings, all the other voices become one. Trust is something which has disappeared in so many of our lives. I don't trust this person because they look a certain way. And most of the times we're wrong. Assumptions make bad conclusions. So on my journey, I realized I have to begin to trust people once again. And to trust people, I have to trust myself. I have to know thyself. You have to know thyself. And it's just amazing because the unexamined life is not worth living. What does that mean? Let's reverse it. The examined life is worth living. When you sit down and you say, gosh, life is so beautiful, it's so intricate, the finest brush stroke of an artist, that's what nature is doing. In fact, it's the most advanced. And everything is like magic. When you realize that, your whole life changes because you realize we are magic. Ooh. But we have to have fun. We have to celebrate and realize that there are many others to enjoy it with us. You can't share paradise alone. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.